Assalamu alaikum, peace and blessings. I pray that all is well and you all are in the best of health and spirits. It is your sister and brother Sean Ali coming on for our health and wellness power hour today. And as you come in, please share the video out. Share the video. Sharing is caring. Our topic today, the cure, fasting with the right foods.
Mm.
So that is our topic, carrying on with how to eat to live. Brother Sean, how are you? Assalamu alaikum, God.
Yeah, alaikum assalam. Alive and well on that
Yes,
draft,
sir.
on that path to abundant life that we've been promised.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, sir. Let's get into our topic. I'm excited about this
Oh,
topic
yeah.
today.
Yes, this is the cure. The Honorable
Right?
Elijah Muhammad teaches us, and he has two books, book one, book two. Man, and in both books, you have some things that repetitive and some things that it aren't. But one thing, the underlying theme in both books is we kill ourselves by how we eat and what we eat and how often we eat. And on the
How we
other end
think.
of that, right, and we save ourselves with the same functions that we kill ourselves. So he said that our God, seeing us in this deplorable condition, suffering, right? Popping all these pills, hospital bills, not can barely make it out of the 60, right? And then
Right.
fulfilling of the scripture where God is promised to come to bring us life more abundant, right?
Absolutely.
And that's not somebody sprinkling some little sauce on you and abracadabra and you got more years on your life. No, because
Right.
we're made of cells and we know that that's not how the cells work. So the beautiful part is that he puts the power right where it belongs within our hands. In particular, I want to open with this particular abundancy of life, chapter 7, how to eat to live, right? Where he says that now Allah has come and he is teaching me to teach you how to live. How to live is to go after that which is essential for us to put in our bodies as food, which gives life and maintains life in the body.
Hmm.
So when we are looking at that life source that we were blessed with when in our creation, that's maintained, sustained by us picking these fasting with the right foods, right?
Right.
So when we are looking at the cure to what, it's not just a cold, diabetes, COVID-19, sickle cell. It's not, no. When we are looking at the cure to what, we are looking at the cure to premature death. Listen, this is what how to eat to live. Because in this, he lets us know that there is no set time for us to die,
Right.
right? That we kill ourselves daily by what we think, eat, and drink, right?
Right.
So when we are looking at what is this the cure, this is the cure for our premature death. So that now we can have that ability to extend our life, right? That we can
Absolutely.
have that power to act, not just we have power, but look at how we're using that power. We're taking away life, right? I'm
Hmm.
living my best life. I'm parachuting. I'm a sky. I'm a adrenaline junkie. I'm popping. I got cheat days. What are you cheating on? Cheating
Right.
on life.
Cheating
We
yourself.
we got the power. We're using our power to take away life. That's just changing
Hmm.
the way we think, changing our lifestyle so we can use our power to add,
Right.
right? So when we're looking at the cure fasting, with the right foods, the cure to what? The cure is to premature death. So we can live as long as we want to live.
Right.
Right? So we
Right.
can live. Hey, look, in here, he also says, I just want to find it real quick.
What
But I
page is
want you
that,
to
Brother Sean?
go ahead.
What page is that?
The Abundance of Life is page 23.
Okay.
Go ahead, fill in for us while I'm looking for
Yes,
this.
sir. Um, it's right. Abundancy of life. The main root of this book is to stop you from eating 2 or 3 times a day, which will prolong your life.
Right.
Mm. So the main thing is to give us that abundant life and stop eating all times of day and night, you know. That's the
Yes.
key. That's the key to because once we wear out that stomach, that's it. There's no replacing stomach.
Right. Now, when we're looking at, and I just wanted to, because he says fasting is a greater cure of our ills, both mentally and physically, than all of the drugs of the earth combined into one bottle or into a billion bottles. This is chapter 13, Fasting, Eating Right Foods, Keys to Long Life. This is page 41, How to Eat to Live, book 2.
Okay.
Fasting is a greater cure of our ills, both mentally and physically, than all the drugs of the earth combined into one bottle or into a billion bottles, right? He says that Master Allah, in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, has taught me that fasting and the right kind of food are the cure to our ills. He has told me that there is no cure in drugs and medicine, and
Right.
that this world is now learning we can take medicine all of our lives until it kills us, but we are still ailing with the same old diseases. Look at
Right.
diabetics. They take that diabetes medicine until they die. Look at those that go
High
through
blood pressure.
dialysis. They go through
Mhm.
dialysis until they die. Look at those that go through usually that whatever you're going through, you take a liver pill the rest of your life.
High
You
blood
take
pressure.
blood pressure medicine the rest of your life. You take that heart medication the rest of your life, right? And he's telling us that fasting is the cure because if you're not born with it, see, we got to understand if I wasn't born with diabetes, with blood pressure, with high blood pressure or heart problems, and I hear people say that blood pressure runs in my family. No, it doesn't.
Right.
The foods and the activities that cause high blood pressure run in your family.
Right.
The food and the activities that cause diabetes run into your family. If all of us are
Mhm.
eating the same foods and doing the same things, we
Right.
will
That you
probably
grew
have
up
the same
on.
problem.
Exactly.
Right. So that right
And they
there
say
is
a generational curse. That's not a curse if we just stop doing it.
exactly.
You know, somebody stops it.
That's what fasting is. That's the whole see, and
Right.
that's the whole power. Is that okay if I know that I have created a lifestyle? Because eating is a part of our lifestyle. So if I have created a lifestyle that's detrimental, all I gotta do is change the parts of me that are detrimental. But I can't eat breakfast, lunch, dinner. I can't eat all of these meats, all of these canned and boxed products, and then
Right.
think I can go get a herb, go get a pill, go get a
Right.
shake to
And it's
counteract that.
right.
Because I'm creating that condition inside of me that's polluting me. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad says all food has poison.
Mhm.
So we eat once every 24 hours to allow our bodies to get rid of the poison, right? That's not magical. How does your body get rid of the poison? You sweat, right?
Mhm.
It creates heat to get rid of it, and you have
Right.
a bowel movement.
Right.
So if I eat right now, I shouldn't eat again until I get rid of, have a bowel movement to get rid of the waste and poison that I just ate, right? So that's how to eat to live, because he said we train, this is how we are supposed to be, or we are created. We've
Right.
just been living under our open enemy. We want their lifestyle. We go,
Mhm.
well, what do you feel like eating today? I don't know. Call a restaurant, order something. We want Greek, Mediterranean. We take pictures. We go at, this is my favorite Italian restaurant.
Right.
This is my favorite whatever restaurant. We take pictures and we're proud to show that I can afford to eat like white people. Look, I'm
Mhm.
doing the thing. I seen this on the cooking show. I seen this on Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. I seen this
Right.
on something, and I'm repeating what I saw them do. So I'm living my best life. I'm eating good, right? But that has nothing. That's not eating to live. And
How to eat to live. And
usually, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, sis.
a concept that I when I first heard it, when he said fasting with the right foods, and in my
Mm-hmm,
mind, it's
mm-hmm,
like, how are we, if we're fasting, then how are we eating the right foods? But when I came to understand that when we eat once every 24 hours or once every 48 hours, that is a fast. And then
mm,
when we eat again, when we break our fast, we break it with the right foods. So
right.
that's fasting with the right foods. And we have to know what the right foods are, because a person can go 24 or 48 hours and then break their fast with a burger and some fries. you know, that is not the right food. So let's talk about what are the right foods, fasting with the right foods.
Well, and I'm glad you said that, because this is directly from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, page 9. How to keep food from hurting us, chapter 2,
Mhm.
and how to eat the live, book 2. Right?
Book
All
two.
praises due to Allah.
Yes.
Right?
Praise
Let me
be
take.
to Allah.
Let me show you what the messenger says. He
Right.
says, eat one meal a day and eat the food that will not harm you so quick. But to answer your question, he said, you do not have to go into a long, detailed knowledge of what foods you have to eat. He
Come on now.
says, because the wrong food has already been pointed out to you.
Mm,
Foods such as pig, nuts, white flour, meats, the wrong kind of peas, the wrong kind of breads, half cooked breads, too many starchy foods, and too many sweets. All of these foods destroy us. So
yes.
listen, oh,
Right.
listen now,
Come on.
because you got all of these cultures. You go to Mexico, you got fruit you never saw, vegetables you never saw. You go to Honduras, you got fruits
hmm
and vegetables. You go to Africa, fruits and vegetables. You go to Spain, fruits and vegetables. So you got an abundance, because that's the
Abundance.
beauty of Allah. He made sure that we had an abundance of food, natural food,
Right.
wherever we went on our planet, right? So it's not, he's saying, don't get caught up in what to eat, but be particular on what not to eat, because that's what kills you. You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah,
So if he,
absolutely. So he's
right,
telling you what
so
not to eat, so you'll know
mm,
exactly what to eat.
man, this
Beautiful
is
teaching.
this is I had it bookmarked. You made me lose it, sis, real quick.
Oh,
Okay.
right.
He says the main root, and I love the main root of this book is, and this is chapter 7, Abundancy of Life. Let me start at the beginning. He says there are a lot of readers of this book who have many different thoughts and conceptions of this book. Woo! So listen, I don't want to give too much of my interpretation. I love because it's right here. It's in black and white, literally, and it literally needs no interpretation, right? So he says in the very next paragraph, the main root of this book is to stop you from eating 2 or 3 times a day, which will prolong your life. It takes several hours for the proteins and vitamins in the meal we eat to be digested and to be distributed throughout our bodies. So I eat no more than once in that 24-hour period, 48 hours, depending on how long I want to live. Right? Because so now let's be going into the right foods, right? So we know that in this category of the right foods, he said mental, because fasting is the cure to our mental as well as physical elements, right?
Right.
And we got physical. Woo! Oh, praise it to Allah. So look, what if we starting at the mental? What could be the number one mental food for the human being, right?
Right.
I got a place we can start.
Message to the black man. That's
I got a place we can start. Hey, because
right. No guesswork.
He tells us about knowledge of self, right? He tells us about knowledge of God, knowledge of the devil are the most important things that we lost a knowledge of ourselves, right? So when we looking at what are the right foods, mentally, it has to be knowledge of self, knowledge of God, knowledge of the devil, right? As well as the knowledge of and science of all things. And this is how we avoid being tricked. This is how we avoid tricking ourselves. You feel what I'm saying? So
yes.
Because it in here, he says fasting is the cure for or how we control those desires so we won't hurt ourselves and other people. Right? So this is why he says in Islam, Allah or prescribe fasting. And prescribe is the root of prescription. So we're looking at medical, scientific, not just religious and spiritual. You dig? So if I learn how to control what is necessary for my life, food is necessary for our life. If I learn water, because it's fasting with nothing in between. So if I learn how to control that which is vital and necessary to my life, see, now I control my life and my death. And in the prayer, we say my life and my death is all for Allah. So, how you gonna die?
Right.
Okay, so now, man, all praises. Hey, y'all, you know, I
that's abundant life.
Already know, I like to have fun. Yes. This is because this is the solution. COVID, that's a what? 97, 99% recovery rate. So, and that's without people eating to live. Right?
Go figure.
Come on now.
Right.
That 97, 99% are not eating to live in their recovery. So when we are looking at the care, fasting with the right foods, this takes away death. So what are the right physical foods, right? So in here, he does mention some of these foods that we do eat. Broccoli, navy beans, wheat bread,
cauliflower,
a little bit of rutabaga, right? When we are looking at this, we got to ask, how much of your food supply comes from somebody else? Because these are plants. Plants are the product of their environment, right? How they can only be with that farmer or grower put into it, right? So if you walk past or you drive past some of these farms, when you hear about composting and dark organic matter, those farm dirt, that soil in those farms do not look like that stuff be beige, tan, almost like it don't have no. I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm just saying we hear about composting and that black
Right.
gold, that dirt that you want, that soil that you want to grow your food in, right? If you ride past those farms, the soil doesn't look like that. I'm
Mm.
just saying, the farmer, if you got the bigger the farm, the more machinery that's involved.
Right.
So now you're taking away the human equation. When you look at the Bible, if you open this up to Genesis chapter 2, it says that God looked around and saw that there was no one to tend the.
Hmm.
So he made a mist go over the earth, and from that mud he formed man and breathed into man, and man became a living soul, and he placed them in the garden. So he could so that's our job. When we looking at the
Right.
right food for my body, all of the foods that he mentioned, we can grow ourselves.
Absolutely.
Right? He mentions that part of the struggle then as well as now. Because you hear people say it costs money to eat good. I gotta cut here, cut there to eat good. If
Right.
you
To get
grow,
organic food
if
from
you
Whole
grow your
Foods.
hey, if you grow your tomatoes, your cucumbers, your peppers, your onions, your squash, your cauliflower, your broccoli, you can.
That's so true.
Not only are you eating for free, but you are eating the best. You can't get no better than the
Then
food
your
that
own
you
food.
grow.
That is so true, Brother Sean.
So when we looking at this other equation, can you see this one right here, sis?
Yes.
You are what you eat. Hey, can you see it? You are what you eat. Man, you are what you eat. So the point of this book is to stop us from overeating, because when we overeat, he says it puts us in a, this is how we collect that material. So it literally puts us in a state of stress, because eating is a stressor. The
Right.
action of eating takes away mental energy, spiritual energy, physical energy, because your body has to move that energy to your digestive system to do its job, to break down, extract, and flush out. But if you eat and you don't let your body finish the process, which is flushing it out, now you collecting.
It
So
makes
now
it
you
work
got your
harder.
body, and it never released the first load.
Right.
I got people that I mean, if you eat, you should have a bowel movement come, right? So and if you eat every day, you should have a bowel movement every day,
Every
right?
day.
Not necessarily from the same meal. When you wake up, your body should be getting rid of what you ate, right? So
Absolutely.
did I freeze, sis?
No, you good.
Uh, so when we're looking at that phenomenon, it's basic. It stops us from poisoning, polluting ourselves. It stops us from putting myself in a constant state of stress,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm always eating. I'm always digesting. My stomach is always secreting that gastric juices. So I'm always creating bile. I'm all my
Right.
uh,
And that's
You
why
and that's
you're
why you're tired at the
right
end
and
of the day.
uncomfortable, bloated, just
Yes,
uncomfortable.
mentally agitated.
Mm, yes,
Leave me
because all of
alone.
those chemicals, especially if you're not eating the best of foods, those chemicals, and that reaction within your body.
Yep, yep. Your body breaks it down. Look, your body, you eat it. If I said it before, but I say it again because you gotta understand. Your body will break it down. Your the molecules are bonded. When your body
Hmm.
breaks it down and releases that energy, all those bad ingredients that you see that say causes cancer, that
Right,
energy that's released is the toxic energy that causes cancer. This material that also, because the toxic energy is released from the toxic material.
right,
So when you eat that Dorito, for instance, the material of the Dorito is bad for you, right? Because it's all artificial, nothing natural. So now when you eat that toxic material, it releases toxic energy. And
mhm,
this material is sitting in your bowels. This energy is going through your bloodstream, through your arteries, and then coming back through your veins.
wow,
You are what you eat. So whenever you put anything in your mouth that's unnatural, that's toxic, that's poison to you because we are made of the material of the earth. So when you eat something that comes out of a lab, that's not from the earth. That's not the bones, the rocks, the plant life, none of that stuff, the dirt, the water that's of the earth. So when we put that in us, it makes us what that is.
right. Other
Now
than
your body,
ourselves,
and if you don't
makes
fast and let your body get this out, see, you got this energy flowing through your bloodstream. You got this waste sitting in your intestines. Look, if you have a pouch, my sisters, if you have a pouch, whatever y'all call it, I don't know what that nickname y'all call it, but if you, it's not a mommy pouch. Cut it out. Stop.
right,
Stop. That's not natural. That's not cute. Not safe. None of that. But this is what it's from. We have to stop. We have to fast to allow our intestines to finally get this toxic material out. Now, this toxic energy, once it goes through your arteries, that's going to your cells. Now it has to go through those capillaries and be exchanged and come back through your arteries and
right.
then be flushed out of your body. So we got to understand that that's a process. That's not a,
Hmm.
you see, so the
Right,
messengers say that protein, those vitamins, they take hours for your body to break it down and to be distributed. Oh, praise
right.
man. Look, we gotta rethink this.
Yes,
We
we do.
in the book, hey sis,
Yes.
why I have a problem. Okay, look, I woke up, I'm good, right? It's about 11:30, 12 o'clock. My usual lunchtime, my usual habit of eating. What can I do to take my mind off of the idea of food?
To take your mind off of the idea, that's where aromatherapy can definitely help with that. Specifically, peppermint oil or spearmint, those minty oils. It goes to the satiety center of your brain when you inhale it. Your olfactory system is linked directly to your limbic system, which is the seat of your emotions, the satiety, etc. So when you inhale, just take the top off of the oil and
Mm-hmm.
inhale deeply a few times, and it will help you to get that satisfaction. So that,
Mm.
like we were talking about in the last live stream, that satisfaction to where you're not going to want to eat at that time. It'll help you to feel satisfied, that satiety that you need to not want to eat or, overeat.
Gotcha. That's
And
the
it's just that simple. Just taking the top off of the essential oil, or you can put a drop in your hands, rub your hands together, and inhale and exhale, breathe deeply.
mm, 22 seconds.
22 seconds.
Get out of here.
Is going directly to the satiety center of your limbic system of your brain.
The same part that controls the leptin or the cutoff switch to hunger.
Right. That's what I was. That's what I was. I forgot how to pronounce the word leptin.
It's okay. I got you back.
Yes, sir.
Hey, and while you were saying that, this popped in my head. Well, the messenger, he says, this is page 11. There are some people who claim that they do not receive beneficial results as they should. This is due to wrong mental food that they are eating, which has an effect on their digestive system. To get good results from eating the proper foods, we must have good results. That's what to support what you had said earlier.
Yes.
About the right, that it does, we gotta have the right mental food. Now, and this is significant. I have this outline, and
that book. Look. Brother, so you had me rereading it.
Fear, anger, right? Sadness, anxiety, right? Somebody taught you these.
Right.
These are learned behaviors. Just like happiness, peace, love are learned behaviors. Somebody had to teach you the word, and somebody had to teach you the action. Right? Absolutely. This is mental food. This is the wrong mental food. This is how you react to your life, to your situations. You get fearful of your own life, angry, your own anxiety. This is the wrong mental food. And what does this do to your body? It causes what they call the psychosomatic disorder.
Right. The mind making the body
sick.
Ill. Yes.
Sick. You go to the doctors. You feel in some type of way. Rush to the ER. They do your triage, right? Blood pressure slightly up, but temperature, all that stuff is within range. All right, boom. You tell the doctor, boom, 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 boom. I'm in pain, such a whatever. They do your blood test. They might run an EKG, ECG, depending on what you say, right?
Right.
But come back about an hour or so, and they either give you an IV or they say all the tests are negative.
Negative.
And you sitting there going through it, right? I know my body is something wrong with me. Then you start to think that they trying to kill you. I knew these people they trying to kill me. They don't want to do nothing. They can't. They can't. If we don't change our lifestyle, we won't change the condition inside of us. You can take he said you can put all the pills on the earth into one bottle or 1 billion bottles, but you will take them to your death because you got to change your lifestyle. I've always said we can only live as long as our lifestyle supports our life.
That is powerful. And I was just open the book up to page 11. In this last statement right here, he says, to get good results from eating the proper foods, we must have good thoughts. So we can even be eating the proper foods, but if our thoughts aren't good, then it's
That's
not
going to
gonna
destroy you.
right.
And
So wow.
what could be the best thought? Now we looking at the wrong thoughts. But what could be the best thought? Like, oh, it's because this ain't all doom and gloom, man.
Right.
He said you can live as long as you want to live, right? So look, what it would be the best thought, right? Let's look at that.
Right.
Or best thought or mental food, right? Right. What would be
Revelation.
that? Woo!
Having
Man,
those godly conversations, right?
you
I
ain't,
am God.
you can't get no more deeper, higher. You can't
Right.
go where you.
And our main conversations are most of the time with our own selves. So what are we saying to ourselves?
You're not saying if this is where we have to start because it says that God created man in his image and after his likeness. So if that's how I was brought into the world, brought into existence, and I'm going to figure out what I am, who I am, knowledge of self, I have to start with what my creator said I am, not what
Right.
other people said I am. We got books that says what the creator says we are. In the Holy
Right.
Quran, it says we were created in the best of modes.
The best.
The best. Huh? See, that's what God said. But if we repeat it, people might call you conceited, ego. Don't worry about what them people are saying. This
Exactly.
is what God said you are. Remember Psalms 82:6. You are all God's.
Children of the Most High.
Whoa. So if we're looking at the right mental food, see, I might get hungry if I don't know that I'm God. Because in the books, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad clearly tells us we are the gods of our body. We tell the body what to
do. Right.
But if I don't think that I'm God, even of myself, I'm going to be praying for somebody else to control my stomach. Listen, we pray earnestly to ask somebody else to control my hands from putting the food in my mouth, to control my stomach.
Wow.
To control my desires and my urges that I produce. Why do you produce dangerous ideas? If we know that my favorite food kills me, why do I keep doing that? It's not just because I'm addicted. Listen, we gotta ask out because we don't. Number one, we're not saying this to ourselves. How long do you want to live? That's it right there. The $1 million question. How long? See, if you don't know how long you want to live, you don't have anything attracting you. You don't have anything keeping you here. See, you're not even looking for that.
Right.
So now you just doing anything and everything in between. You don't, hey, somebody say,
you
hey,
have to
try
have
this.
a
Oh, give it
vision
here.
for your life. Right.
They come up, hey, try this. All right, yeah, sure, give it here. Hey, try this. Man, I think you'll like this. Try this. See, you put anything in your mouth.
Absolutely.
That's why
Gotta have some vision.
on a personal level, that's why I haven't been in a relationship in a long time, because I refuse when that lady says, hey, babe, try this. No. And you know how many arguments that started because I humbly don't want to eat what you are desiring to eat.
Wow.
Because it might be good to you, but it might not be good to me. And that's how we kill it. That's right there is how we lack How to Eat to Live. It can start
Mm-hmm.
with your loved ones. Hey, babe, try this. That's the most dangerous words we can say to each other
Wow.
because I have no idea the food that I am desiring. That's internal. Because the
Right.
Honorable Elijah Muhammad says that these that poison in you, it will cause you to desire more poison to
Yeah,
feed it.
your body craves what you give it on a regular
That
basis,
hey,
good or
listen,
bad.
like hey sis, hey look, we can't
Yes.
go all night. We
No,
cannot
we
go
can't.
all night. Adipose, adipose fat, adipose fat is living. Wherever that
Mm,
fat tissue is at, it needs nutrition. It needs oxygen, so it has nerves and it has veins and arteries. When this fat tissue, when this fat cell becomes hungry, it will send, let's say you got the fat right here in your stomach where it starts at. This fat cell will send a signal. Boom. Then you will start to crave fatty foods.
right.
And then you could find yourself eating it and don't even know why you're eating it.
Mm,
So you can crave. So when you're looking at these desires and these cravings, this is the stuff that's inside of us. With the Honorable Elijah Muhammad described it as poison, calling for more poison.
poison, right.
So we starve the poison by fasting, right? So you just now you gotta control. You ain't in a wrestle with nutrition. This is not you trying to be nutritional. This is even like I said, fat tissue. So just imagine a bacteria or a virus or any other of these things that we got inside of us.
Mm-hmm.
But it will send a signal. And this will cause, it will cause a chain reaction for you to take your arms and hey sis, when
Yes.
that's now, oh sis, we need
Yes,
we need you.
sir.
When this signal is right here,
Mm.
this signal is in the limbic sick part of the brain.
Yes, sir. Just pop the top.
What? Come on, man.
22
Oh,
seconds. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and exhale.
and guess what happens? You become satisfied. See, that's why they call it the satiety,
Right.
right? You become satisfied.
You
So now your body will send leptin, bam, and it will send leptin,
mm,
and you will be able to control yourself.
the science.
You will be able, and you, sis, that's a great way to end
That
right there.
is right
Yes,
there.
we for those listening now in the future, this I mean the How to Eat to Live, because it's not just like I said about COVID. This is about all of those other pre-existing conditions that actually do kill us, and the other things that
Mm-hmm.
kill us. That as your brother and your sister, we have solutions. Not just us talking about it, but we got
Right.
ways that we can conquer it as well. That
Yes, to
the
help
not
you.
yes, and that's all
Mm-hmm.
we trying to do.
That's it.
That's it. That's it. That's it. It
That
might cost
is
you a little bit, but
right. But
it won't
hey,
cost you as much as a lifetime of pills.
exactly. And all
Mm.
the other side effects and things that that's going to cause from taking
Yeah.
one pill, one high blood pressure pill or whatever pill,
Mm.
you know.
Yes. Yes. So that and that was the purpose. That is the purpose for us to come. If y'all have any questions now in the future, you definitely can contact us while we're in the broadcast or later on, and we'll try to come back and address it. but we love questions, we love participation because we're
Right.
doing this. We want to help our brothers and sisters.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And I have a new book
Oh
out
yes.
now, Healing with Sister Denise. It's going to teach you how to harness the power of essential oils. They're not just smell goods, it's getting into the science, the chemistry, how it interacts with the body, with your anatomy. So it's a great book. I share some recipes in there for pretty much everything that we go through: stress, high blood pressure, sinuses, allergies,
The
congestion,
wrong food.
exactly. And all of that stems from eating the wrong foods,
Yeah.
thinking the wrong thoughts. So we have something in there for everything. And with that being said, wa alaikum salam, Sister Pam Allah, our beautiful
Oh,
sisters
Sister
on.
Pamela. Yes.
Yes, sir. All right, family. If like Brother Sean said, if you all have any questions, you want to get our books, our products and services, definitely reach out to us and we'll be more than happy to help you. Assalamu alaikum. Until
Walaikum
next time.
assalam.
Yes, sir. Praise be to Allah. Peace.